Hi, my name is Adam from the Sugar Land Library of the Fort Bend County Library System. Today we're going to learn how to form open guitar chords. The first thing we have to learn is how to tune our guitar. We'll accomplish this by using an electronic tuner. This one is a Super Snark. Basically what the electronic tuner is, it picks up the vibration of the guitar string, and for all practical purposes we're going to use standard tuning, which is the most common tuning used for guitar playing. What you do is you take the clip and you fasten it on the headstock of the guitar. I purposely detune some of the strings so we can learn how to tune them. We'll start with the first string, which is the E string, which is the thinnest one. It's a little bit flat. You know it's in tune when the tuner is top dead center at 12 o'clock on your digital tuner. The next string, the B string. This one, the B string's a little bit flat. So we need to bring the tone up a half step. Once again, you know you've accomplished the tuning for the string when it is center, top dead center on your digital display on your tuner. That's usually the case with a Snark tuner or with most digital tuners. The next string that we're going to do is the third string, which is the G string. This one's a little bit flat. So we need to bring up the tone and the pitch a little bit. The next string that we're going to tune is the fourth string, and this is a D string. Again, the tuner tells us it's a half step lower. The next string is the fifth string, and that's the A string. Oh, that's way off. And the last string is the sixth string, which is the thickest one on the top. Here, this is the E string. It's the same as the first string, which is the thinnest at the bottom of the guitar. That is really flat, so we need to bring the pitch up, D sharp, and now your guitar is tuned. The next thing that we have to establish is our fingering. We always use a particular fingering method. Your index finger is number 1. Your middle finger is number 2. Your ring finger is number 3. And your pinky is number 4. For all practical purposes, we're only going to be focusing on these 3 fingers today. And again, I repeat, index finger, number 1, your middle finger, number 2, number 3, your ring finger, and your little finger, your pinky, is number 4. We'll begin today with the most basic guitar chord, which is an E minor chord. E minor or minor chords have dissonance. And to form the E minor chord, number 1 finger, index finger, 2nd fret, and number 2. That's an E minor chord. You can tell it has dissonance. One thing that I need to inform you on, these are frets. The guitar is organized into sections. 1st fret, 2nd fret, you can tell you have a section here. 3rd fret, 1st dot, 4th, 5th, another dot, 6th, 7th, another dot, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is your double dot. And that's how the guitar is organized. The next chord that we're going to learn is a C major 7th chord. Those are very beautiful. Actually, 7th chord has 4 notes, but there's also an easy way on guitar to do it with only 2 notes. And again, we'll start with the 2nd fret. You'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 strings up, index finger, and then number 2, 3rd fret, 5th string. You can tell as the chord dies out, there's that extra note, the 7th, that resonates. The next chord that we're going to learn is the D major 7th chord. This is a little bit different because all we're going to be using is our index finger, and our index finger is going to go over 3 notes. So the way to form the D major 7th chord is 2nd fret. You'll start from the top here. Number 3, number 2, and then you'll put it all the way down. Your index finger is placed on the 2nd fret, 1st string, 2nd and 3rd. And that's the D major 7th chord. It's just another type of position chord where you're just using 1 finger. The next chord we're going to learn is a minor chord. Minor chords have dissonance. And we'll begin with the first fret, first string, second fret, middle finger, third string, and third fret, your ring finger, D minor chord. As a chord fades, you can also tell the dissonance. The next type of chord that we're going to learn today is a major chord. Major chords have grandeur, they're happy chords. That's how I remember what a major chord is. We're going to be focusing on the second and the third frets. So, what you do is you can start with your middle finger, number 2, number 1, first, second, third string, second fret, third fret, second string. And that's a D major chord. The next chord that we're going to learn is an A minor chord. An A minor chord is formed with 3 notes. We'll begin with number 1, our index finger, first fret, second string, our middle finger, fourth string, second fret, and our ring finger, third string. And this is an A minor chord. Once again, as you can tell, as the guitar tone fades out, there's a dissonant tone to a minor chord. The next chord we're going to learn is an E major chord. This is also going to be formed with 3 notes. We'll begin on the first fret, third string, you always count from the top, second fret, fifth string, second fret, fourth string. And this is an E major chord. Once again, as the tone fades, you can tell there's a bit of grandeur in the tonality. The next chord that we're going to learn involves 3 notes. It's called A major. Now, A major chord is a little bit difficult to form because we're using 3 fingers, and all 3 fingers are closely knit together in the chord pattern. The easiest way to form this chord is begin on the second fret and start from the top. Once again, index finger, second fret, fourth string, second fret, third string, and second fret, second string. Now, if you're not doing it correctly and each finger is touching the other one when you're forming the notes, it'll sound kind of muffled like this. So always take care to start with the first number 1, 2, and then 3. Now that we've learned how to tune a guitar today, how to form the chords, the end of our guitar class will be how to play all these chords together. And the first sequence that I'll start is E major to E minor. The next progression is going from an A major chord to an A minor. Please don't get frustrated. Practice makes perfect, and as you learn how to place your fingers on the guitar chords, you'll get quicker and faster. So just keep on practicing and don't give up. The next progression will be going from a D major chord to a D major 7th, and we'll finish at the D minor chord. The next progression that we'll conclude with is the C major 7th chord going into an E minor. And this is with 2 notes only. This concludes the installment on this part series of our Learning Guitar Chords. Stay tuned for the next installment. Thank you for attending my class. Have a nice day.